sales receipt for that wallet?
So where'd you guys get the idea for tortilla chips?
My mother.
And where did you go for the startup capital?
My mother.
I can see where you got the name Mamacita's Tortilla Chips.
Yes, she wasn't happy with just a percentage.
Okay. Listen, I really appreciate the time you give me on the story. And if it's okay, we'll have a photographer at your plant tomorrow.
And I'll have Mama there. She'll love it.
Lou, do you remember the piece I did on that businessman who gave up a promising career in music to support his family?
No.
The one who gives free sidewalk concerts during his lunch hour. What have we got in the mail today?
Check for $100?
I'll admit it was a good story, but why would anybody pay $100?
No, it's not for me, it's for him.
What is the Leona Jenkins Foundation anyway? I never heard of them.
Well, the letter that came with the check said that the foundation wants to reward this musician for all the good he has done and is doing with his life and with his music.
Why don't you do a story on me? I gave up the accordion at 14. I figure I did my bit for humanity.
I'm living down in this general area. Why don't I look into this, if it's okay with you?
Maybe Leona will make you a cup of tea.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Dad. Listen, I'm busy right now. Can I call you back?
Oh, take your time. Beg your pardon.
Yeah, where are you, home?
No, I'm in the Customation jail.
What are you doing there?
I'm in it.
You what?
They locked me up, Charlie.
For what?
A robbery. Shoplifting.
Listen, I'm going to be leaving here right now, and I'll be out there in about an hour. You just stay put.
Well, I'm not going to try and bust out.
Lou, could you cover the budget meeting for me? I've got to do something.
Sure. Is your dad all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
I'm looking for the Leona Jenkins Foundation.
Well, you found it, lady. I'm it.
Then Leona Jenkins was your wife.
Yeah, bless her heart. We were married for 42 years before she passed on.
How do you support a foundation? Do you have an endowment? Or did your wife leave an estate?
No estate. Just this little house.
He's independently wealthy. He thinks he is anyway.
I drive a bus. I sat behind that wheel for 18 years watching a good bit of life roll right past me. Good and the bad. But I think there's more good than bad, and that's what the Leona Jenkins Foundation is all about. I believe good is contagious, and I spread that message through my work.
I wish common sense was contagious. Maybe then he'd have some by now.
Who was the first award given to?
Old Janet in South Carolina. Coached the Little League team. I believe I still have a copy of it. Yeah. Well, that's all right. Just make yourself at home. I'll be right back.
Have you ever seen anyone like that? I don't know how many times we've asked him what he's going to do when the money gets tighter. Or when he gets sick and has hospital bills to pay. He won't listen.
I found it. Has Donna been telling you what a stubborn old man I am?
Daddy.
Gaffney, South Carolina.
Oh, he covers a wide area.
Now, Donna, don't start.
If you have to give your money away, why don't you give it to this house? Fix it up. Buy some decent furniture.
Oh, I'm comfortable. Besides, I only give away the money I'd probably blow on some foolishness. I don't just give money to anyone, Miss Newman. I'm very careful. Well, I gave to the solar energy research long before Miss Fonda or Mr. Redford ever heard of it. And Anwar Sadat.
You gave money to Sadat?
Because I admire the man's efforts for peace.
How much money have you given away?
Oh, I don't keep track of it. I don't want to know.
Neither do I.
It's not important. The only thing that counts is what a human being feels in his heart.
Sidewalk. What are you gonna do about it anyway? I don't want to run over you.
I'm warning you, kid. Stay off my property.
Hey, you guys!
Look what they've done to my roses. I spent all afternoon out here in the hot sun. Those kids are nothing but a bunch of hoodlums.
Oh, come on, Harvey. They're not hoodlums. I know a couple of them. They live in the neighborhood.
I know they live in the neighborhood. One of them lives right next door. And he deliberately turns his loudspeakers toward my house and plays that rock garbage.
Now, don't get yourself so upset.
And they're always hiding my newspaper.
Oh, Harvey, your paper? Not the Tribune.
No, I don't take that one, the other one.
Oh, well, I can understand how you feel. Well, just don't pay them any attention.
I've lived in this house for 30 years, and my wife is sick, and I cannot be bothered by a bunch of roughneck kids.
Well, maybe just get to know them a little better.
I don't want to know them any better. I don't want to know them at all. I just want them to leave me alone.
You're lucky they didn't press charges.
Never do. Gives the store a bad image.
Don't tell me you've done this before.
All right, I won't.
Dan, you were a successful businessman for over 30 years. I've never known you to do anything dishonest. Why would you steal 5 wallets?
I had a quota to meet. Quota? 5 wallets a day. It's a challenge.
You steal 5 wallets a day?
What do you want me to steal? 5 cars?
Why steal anything?
Look, son, don't yell at me. I may be old, but I got 2 good ears. Did I ask for more coffee? I waited 10 minutes so I didn't scald my tongue. Now you come along, I gotta wait 10 minutes longer.
I'm sorry, sir.
You know what I eat? I got the waitresses trained. They ask before they pour.
My God, Dad, stealing. You're 75 years old.
76, had a birthday yesterday.
Is that what this is all about? Your way of letting me know that I forgot?
Oh, no, not at all.
I'm sorry, Dad. I really am. I didn't mean to forget. It's just that I've been so damn busy.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. At my age, what's another birthday, more or less?
It matters a lot to me, especially at your age. It means a lot. I mean, I feel terrible that I forgot.
Look, Charlie, you've been a good son. Came by once in a while, had me over for the holidays. I really appreciate that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rupert. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir.
Isn't that nice?
Some people will do anything for a tip.
Lee Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
I just wanted to talk to you guys. You're Tony and Danny, huh?
Yeah. What is it, Lou?
Well, I happened to see you over at Harvey Shelton's yesterday. I was wondering just what the problem was.
Well, Shellhead's just a grouch. Yeah, it's real pain living next door to the guy.
You're the one with the loudspeakers.
One day we were throwing the football around at Danny's, and it went into Shellhead's yard, and he just took it and kept it. And it took us a week to get it back. Bill says he's gonna call the cops on us.
Well, Harvey says you kids hassle him a lot.
Nah, we just hit his paper a few times, stuff like that. We used to hide your paper. You never made us think about it.
That's because I never knew what happened to it. Till now.
We never meant anything by it. He's just a sorehead.
Oh, come on. He's over 70 years old.
Well, why can't he be more like his wife? Well, she's nice. She'll talk to us, even ask us about school. Wasn't for her, he'd probably still have our football.
Maybe, but give the guy some space, okay?
I guess. It's no big deal. We better go.
Hey, why don't you guys cool it?
ask me to pick you up, I get here, and you got a Boy Scout meeting. Is it going to be like this all week?
My car will be ready on Monday. Sorry.
What's that about, anyway?
Ah, just a neighborhood kids. They've been riding an old man who lives across the street from me.
Yeah? What did they do?
Well, for starters, I found out they've been putting mice in his mailbox. I told him to knock it off.
What's the matter? You getting soft in your old age?
Maybe I'm just sympathetic.
Come on, Lou. I used to do the same stuff when I was a kid. We'd soap people's windows, throw toilet paper in the trees. You know, it was fun.
Huckleberry Rossi.
So Dad's going to stay with us for a while. Marion took him down to Newport to pick up the rest of his stuff.
I thought you said you liked living down there. Didn't he object to moving up here?
Of course he did. My father objects to everything.
Mm-hmm. Getting kind of lonesome, huh?
Lou, Dad got picked up for shoplifting. Can you imagine that? My own father has to go out and steal wallets.
He stole wallets?
5 a day. I mean, he's been doing it just to get attention. I walked out of that police station saying to myself, I'm never gonna let this happen again. So I figured, let him stay with me. I mean, he'd let me stay with him for 20 years.
Makes sense.
There's no other explanation. I've been selfish. I let my own father live alone for my own selfish reasons. Should have done this years ago.
Wait a minute. You told me he never wanted to live with you. He was too independent.
I should have insisted.
But you've had other responsibilities. You've raised a family. You've had your own life to live.
That's true. But now it's time to share. I talked it over with Marion. Look, the kids are all grown. We've got plenty of extra room at the house, so we decided to take them in.
That's terrific.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Dad.
I thought I'd go down to the store and browse around a bit. Want to know if I could pick up anything for you.
The store? You don't have to go to the store, Dad. If you need something, tell Marion or call me. I'll pick it up for you.
I'm not going to steal anything.
That's not what I meant. I just meant you shouldn't exert yourself. Look, you want to get some fresh air? Fine.
I'll call you when I get back.
Fine. I'll talk to you then.
Sounds like he feels right at home.
Yeah, he does. You know, Lou, it's really going to be nice having Dad around again.
Bill will.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, I've decided not to go. There's a new game show just came on I don't want to miss.
Fine. Whatever you want to do.
After the show is over, I may go down to the store. If I do, I'll call you.
Mrs. Pinchon, what brings you down here?
Well, couldn't I have just come by to say hello? Well, as a matter of fact, I do want to suggest an item for the paper, with some accompanying artwork, of course.
Go ahead.
I want a nice piece about a tree planting project I'm supporting. It's going to do wonders for the ecology in the valley. It'll help fight the smog.
Oh, I'm all in favor of trees. You don't have to convince me.
I've always been staunchly anti-smog. Anyway, what fun is it owning a paper if you can't plant a little tree item now and then?
I realize this is not front-page material. I don't expect too much. However, I don't expect too little either.
Do you want to hear something really disgusting?
Sure.
How could people? Ever since my article on Fred Jenkins, he has been deluged with requests from people begging for money.
I know. I wanted to hit him up myself, but his phone's been busy all morning.
All right, it isn't funny. You should see all the hate mail he's been getting, too. People seem furious at what he's doing. It's weird.
What'd you expect? There are a lot of creeps out there.
He is a little loony, Billy. Giving money to Sadat and Queen Elizabeth, neglecting his family?
He has a right to do what he wants to with it. It's his own money. Don't people give to charities? They don't get criticized for that.
It's only because a lot of them do it for the write-offs.
I'm not trying to put him down. I'm trying to get on his list.
Oh, I would hate to see what would happen if you two got your hands on Santa Claus.
I'd ask him for a red fire truck.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
dinner at Josie's last night. You wouldn't believe they're special. It's $4.95 now, and they don't even give you a salad.
They're catering to a younger crowd now. Singles. I don't go anymore.
How's Norma doing, Harvey?
She's not doing too well, but I figure she's getting better. I was at the hospital this morning.
I must get down and see her.
I miss her, Ethel. I've never been alone before. I hate it.
I read about an old man back east who was living alone. He was attacked by a group of kids. It was 10 days before anybody found him.
My God.
What about that old woman in Venice who got hit and killed by that boy on roller skates?
Wasn't that a shame? Terrible.
And nobody there to protect her?
What's the use? You can't win.
Would you have treated your grandparents this way?
No, my grandfather, he was a great man. I respected him. But things were different then.
These kids are just out to make trouble. Drugs. No telling what they'll do. Aha! I caught you napping that time.
Hi, Dad.
Charlie, how was your day?
Fine. Yours?
Great. Great. You know, I think I'm going to like keeping you and Marion company. This morning I decided to put a new lock on the back door.
Oh, thanks. What was wrong with the old one?
Nothing, except a 3-year-old could have jimmied it. So down I went to the hardware store and I found a terrific deadbolt lock. Brought it back. Darn thing didn't fit. So back to the store I went. Go return it. And the guy said, "Where's your receipt?"
What did he think? I'd stolen it?
It was back here on the kitchen counter. Then I really got mad. I told him my son is the managing editor of the Los Angeles Tribune. He said, "So what?" Now, Charlie, I want you to rip the lid off hardware stores.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll get the lock fixed.
No. I'll fix it. I started it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Well, then we won't have a lock on the door tonight.
It's only for one night.
Listen, boys, dinner's almost ready. You want to wash up?
Sure thing.
It isn't going to be that easy, Charlie.
Why, what's wrong?
Your father's a wonderful man, and I know we agreed to take him in, but he is wearing.
Honey, we can adapt.
It isn't we, it's me. You're at work. Today, he took his nap on the living room couch.
So?
I had people here, and there was your dad asleep in the middle of the living room. It was embarrassing. After they left, I did mention to him he had a bed in his room, but he says he likes to nap on the couch.
We can always move the couch into the bedroom.
Are you all right? Did you see what they did? I'm going to get them. I'm going to get every one of them.
All right, now, just calm down. I saw what happened. I saw it.
Lou, they have no right to keep bothering me.
I know. Now, just try and settle down. Come on. Here. Let me take it back to the house.
They have no right, Lou.
I know. Just relax. Come on. You're not going to get along anyway. Let's just go inside and sit down and rest. Let's see what I can do on keep it anyway.
Norma! I'll be all right. Just let me sit down here for a minute.
Norma!
She's not here. She's in the hospital.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Here, you just sit there and relax. Can I get you something?
I got about all I can stand with those kids. One of these days, they're going to be sorry.
Why don't you call the police?
It doesn't do any good. They just say, you don't want to give a kid a police record for knocking over mailboxes. I raised 2 kids, Lou. They never did anything like this.
Maybe you just didn't find out about it.
Kids are different today.
Well, the world is different.
I'll talk to their parents.
No, I'll handle this my own way.
You never know. Maybe the parents can help.
It's their fault. They don't care. They just ignore them. Anyway, they wouldn't believe me. I'm just an old man.
Maybe if you came up with something, you know, some kind of proof.
Proof? Oh, I'll show you. Proof?
What?
Here, take a look at these.
So that's what the camera was for?
Evidence. I caught them in the act.
These are awfully dark. I can't see anything.
Oh, not those. I forgot to take the cap off. Look further down.
It's pretty blurry. Why don't you ask them to hold still while you take their picture? What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to put it over by the door where it'll be handy. I have to protect myself.
You sure you got the right club for that? Don't you need a 7-iron? Harvey, you don't want to hurt a 14-year-old kid.
No? Well, let me tell you something. If they ever break in here, if they ever dare come inside this house, I've got something else for them.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Sir, can I help you?
Nope. I know where I'm going. Do I look lost?
Just trying to help.
Why don't you find somebody that needs it?
Rupert, how are you?
Lou, glad to see you.
Oh, you remember our Donovan?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, he's sure looking spry.
Spry?
Yeah.
That's a word they use for old man. Never hear them call a young person spry.
How about Frisky?
Don't feel that good.
Oh.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Well, I thought I'd just come down and bother you.
You're not bothering anybody?
And tell you your gardener quit.
Garden? Why would he do a thing like that?
Well, he can't do a decent job if he only stays half an hour.
How do you know how long he stays?
I timed him. From the time he got out of his truck until he got back in. I let him know what I thought about it, too.
Dad, you realize how hard it is to find a good gardener these days?
Oh, a good one. Yeah.
Excuse us for a second.
I got the story for you, Lou. Punch up explosion.
Uh-huh.
Bet you didn't expect it so soon, huh? What else do you have?
Well, that's about it for now.
Okay, Dad. I'll call Mr. Okamura. We can talk later. But right now, I have to get to a budget meeting.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just hang around and go home with you later. No use spending the bus fare.
Well, it may take a while.
That's all right. I'll stay and keep Lou company.
Yeah, Lou is going to the same meeting.
Good. Then he won't be using his desk.
Rossi?
Yeah?
You were looking for something to do. Maybe you'd like to give Mr. Hume a tour of the plant.
What? Oh, sure, right.
You're beginning to know your way around the building pretty well by now, aren't you, Rossi?
I guess so.
Thanks, Rossi. I appreciate this.
Well, this is the city room.
I know that.
Oh, I was hoping to catch Mr. Grant before the meeting started.
Well, that's all right, young lady. Maybe I can help. I'm Charlie's dad.
Well, how do you do? I'm Margaret Pinchon.
Well, Rupert, you want to get going?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to help Margaret here. My son's very busy right now. Have you got somebody for him to sign there?
Oh, I wanted to see Mr. Grant. Maybe I'll come back.
No.
Oh, Lord. Dad's got Pinchon.
You just leave him here with me, and I'll see that he gets him. Who do you work for?
Mrs. Pinchon is our publisher, Rupert.
Of the Trib? Sure, Charlie's boss? Oh, I'll be damned. Pardon my French.
Everything okay?
Yeah. The tour begins right now, Rupert.
You know, a lot of women are doing well these days.
Well, thank you.
You want to see me, Mrs. Pinchon?
Oh, it's not important. I'll talk to you after the meeting.
I'll cover for you, Lou.
Well, I wanted to compliment you on the nice job you did on my tree planting story. I'm sure we'll get a great deal of response.
I sure hope so.
As a matter of fact, I got something rather odd in the mail today.
Well?
It's a letter. Only you and God can make a tree, keep up the good work, and a $100 check from the Leona Jenkins Foundation, and it's signed.
By Fred Jenkins.
Yes, do you know him?
I know of him. He's a local bus driver who rewards good deeds.
Really? Well, under the circumstances, I couldn't possibly accept this money.
Let's send it back.
Well, I don't want to insult a man.
I see your problem.
Why don't you arrange a meeting for me with Mr. Jenkins through my secretary?
This is our composing room, where the actual assembly of the pages takes place.
Why aren't those people working?
Well, they'll be busy later when we come up to deadline.
You got to learn to be cost efficient.
In the long run, they earn their keep.
I suppose you adhere to a similar naive philosophy about small businesses, too.
What are you talking about?
Well, I read your article about small businesses, and not to be too frank, I thought it was full of it.
Listen, I did 3 weeks research on that story.
3 weeks. I spent half my life in manufacturing.
I think what I said is that recession is going to hurt small businesses more than large ones. Most people tend to agree on that point.
No, well, I don't. A cost-efficient company with a desirable product can make a killing in a recession.
That's one opinion.
Well, it's a hell of a lot better than yours.
Hey, guys.
Animal, you met Charlie Hume's father?
I can see a definite resemblance.
What did he call you?
Animal?
Well, why would you let anybody call you that?
I don't like my real name.
What is it?
Dennis.
Well, that's not so bad. Mine's Rupert.
Listen, Animal, I gotta get back upstairs. I was wondering if you could show Rupert the photo lab.
Sure. It's right up these steps, or we could take the elevator.
I don't need it. Never take an elevator when you can walk. So what do?
I take pictures.
Can you make a living doing that?
Donovan, did you ever hassle older people when you were a kid?
Not if they fed me on time.
I mean when you were a teenager.
Oh. Well, that's when my father was based in Hawaii. I didn't bother anybody. Those were sort of mellow years.
Uh-huh.
Except...
What?
Oh, never mind. I mean, you know how kids are.
Tell me.
Well, we used to go to the movies in Honolulu on Saturday. There was this guy that played the organ. He was about 70 years old. He was very frail and very bald. His head used to kind of shine in the light, you know. So temptingly. And we used to buy these Chinese preserved fruit candies that had a seed in the middle. And when we finished with the fruit, we would take the seed and pitch it at his head.
You do that?
I know, it's terrible. I feel lousy about it now, but when you're a kid, there's just something funny about bald heads. I've grown out of that.
Me too.
Why this re-examination of my youth this afternoon?
Well, I was just thinking about an older guy who lives in my neighborhood. The kids can't seem to leave alone.
What kind of kids? Delinquent type?
No. Just kids.
They just go after this one guy?
I think so. They never bother me.
Adults don't bother you either. You know, it'll probably blow over. As soon as these kids get bored, they'll go on to something else.
Yeah, probably. I just have a bad feeling about it. I'd like to be able to do something to make it blow over faster. Mr. Nelson.
Yeah?
Lou Grant. We met once a few months ago. I just live up the street.
How you been?
Good. How's the family doing?
Fine.
Great. I just saw Mike yesterday. This really isn't a social call. Do you know the Sheltons who live across the street?
Yeah. The old couple?
Yeah.
I see them once in a while, but we never talk.
Well, lately, your son and a few other kids have been giving Mr. Shelton a hard time.
Come on, they're just kids. What have they been doing to Shelton? Ringing his doorbell and running?
It's more than that.
Now, come on. Mike's a good kid. Don't make him out to be some kind of a street punk.
That's why I came to see you. I know Mike better than the rest of the boys, and he doesn't wear a leather jacket and swing a chain. But he and the other kids are spending too much time teasing the old man.
Yeah?
Well, how about the time that Mike left his bike over at Danny's, next door to the Sheltons? And when he came back, both tires were punctured. Who do you suppose did that? It takes two to tango.
There we go.
Hey, Bullet! Getting my boots all wet!
Oh, sorry.
You did that on purpose? Nah, it's probably just an accident. Accident? No way.
Oh, at least here we have some privacy.
Maybe not. Dad said that he might come in and tell us a bedtime story.
He's been telling me stories all day long, Charlie. I don't think he has any left.
Marion, he likes to talk.
You don't find him a bit of a strain to have around?
No.
Back door still doesn't have a lock.
I'll fix it.
You know, there are certain vegetables he will not eat. And he has that list taped to the refrigerator.
Yeah, but at least he doesn't constantly complain.
Complain? What has he got to complain about? He's driving me crazy. It isn't the other way around.
Don't be ridiculous.
I stopped being a full-time mother after Joni moved out.
Then don't mother him. He can take care of
No, he
himself.
can't, Charlie. I know you thought we were doing the right thing, but maybe it's a mistake.
The mistake would be putting that man out.
I don't want to put him out, Charlie. That isn't what I'm saying. But something has to be done. This isn't healthy.
I know.
Hello. Ethel? Ethel, Norma just slipped into a coma. No, the doctors don't know. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, I'll be all right. Thanks, Ethel. No, leave it alone.
There's your paper, Shellhead. You knew we wouldn't forget. Thanks for getting our books wet. And thanks for getting us in trouble with our parents.
Please. Go away, please.
That crazy old guy's got a gun. Hey, let's get out of here. Where's Mike? Mike, come on. Hey, Mike, are you okay? Oh, yeah, something's wrong with Mike. Oh, my God, he's bleeding. Hey, Mike's been shot. Somebody get some help. The old man shot Mike.
Lee Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Mr. Nelson, I'm Luke Grant. You may not remember me. I remember. I liked Mike a lot. He was a nice kid.
He was just a child. I swear.
swear before God, he didn't know he was hurting the old man.
I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Little Harvey's old. He was confused. He didn't know what he was doing.
And he should have been put away a long time ago. How can a senile old man like that be allowed to have a gun?
Well, he was alone and afraid. The neighborhood to him had become hostile. He must have felt very vulnerable.
Mike had his whole life ahead of him. What did Shelton have?
Okay. Thanks, Jerry.
Call this lady at the gas company first thing in the morning.
The DA's office said they're going to ask for a second-degree murder charge and assault with intent to kill. Right now, he's out on a $15,000 bond.
Poor Harvey.
It's kind of hard to feel sorry for the guy.
Why is that?
He was incredibly arrogant. Why was his property more important than anything else? His house, his yard. He drew a line and said, anything outside my world is the enemy.
A lot of older people feel threatened.
Does feeling threatened justify killing a kid?
I don't understand it. Harvey and those boys acted like they were at war with each other.
It is a war. My great aunt lives in a condo in Florida where they are so afraid of children that the doorman hands out a list of 15 rules of conduct to every kid who comes in. If you violate one rule, you never get to visit your grandmother again.
Some old people are so paranoid, they bring this on themselves.
Remember that in 40 years.
Give me what you got.
Horaci.
Victor Torres, Joe.
Hey, Victor, how you doing?
You, did such a good job on the problems of a small business in recession. Thought you might like to do a follow-up.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but what do you have in mind?
A story on bankruptcy. Or if I'm lucky, maybe I'll be able to sell out.
What?
Well, you know what happens when your expenses eat up your profits.
Hey, I'm sorry. You sure there's nothing more you can do? Is there anything I can do?
No, we had too many commitments we couldn't fill, and then people started canceling their orders. When you were doing that story, you didn't happen to meet a good production man, did you?
Wish I had.
It's not a gift, it's an award. You have to accept it. You've earned it.
But you could put that money to better use than I.
There is no better use. Don't you believe the tree planting project is important?
Of course I do, but under the circumstances, I don't feel I can accept that money from you.
Well, why not? How did you feel when you saw the check? Didn't you feel happy you planted those trees? As you went through the rest of the day, didn't you see things differently?
I suppose I did. But a simple thank you from the foundation would have given me as much pleasure.
No. The money is important because society values money. Okay, so I put a value on doing good. Put some money on that.
What about your own future?
The foundation is my future. Now, I don't want to hear any more about you returning the check because no one has ever turned down my award. If Anwar Sadat can accept my award, certainly you can, Mrs. Pinchon.
Yes, I suppose I can. All right. I will accept your check most gratefully.
Oh, good.
Is there something else?
Just one little favor I'd like to ask of you.
Certainly.
I had a few unexpected expenses this month, and if you can hold off cashing that check till next Tuesday, I sure would appreciate it.
You can count on me.
Pretzels don't taste as good as they used to.
I don't know why not. They're the same ones they had 4 years ago. Whatever happened to that guy that was making the tortilla chips? You could do some business in here.
It's on the verge of going under. It's too bad.
Rossi businesses collapse every day. What makes this so special?
He's got an operation with such fantastic potential. Maybe too much. They grew too fast, couldn't keep up with their orders.
Sounds like a good position to be in.
Not really. Customers want their stuff now, and he can't get it to them till next week, so they start canceling.
What he needs is a troubleshooter to get him organized. Somebody to get his plant cost efficient.
You know somebody like that?
Yeah, matter of fact, I do. My father. You know, he has had plenty of experience.
No, he told me.
No, I mean, he has had lots of experience. He has prevented more than one company from going Chapter 11.
That's bankruptcy. I know. Well, Victor needs a little advice, and Rupert doesn't mind giving it.
Where are you staying, Harvey?
Oh, I got a place near the hospital. It'll do for now.
Is there anything you need?
No, thanks, Lou. My daughter's flying out from Philadelphia. She'll be here before the hearing. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I spent half my life in this house. I never thought I'd have to leave. It can never be the same. The neighbors drive by and yell curses and call me names. Even if I wanted to, I could never stay. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to retire and live my own life. I never thought I'd ever be a killer.
It was an accident. You just wanted to scare them.
I should have tried to talk to them, like you said. But it's too late for that now. I pray, Lou. I pray for that boy like I do for Norma.
Just stay in touch. I'm just across the street if you need me.
Now, I want everybody to try our new chili cheese chip.
Well, you do this more often, Charlie. It's terrific from around.
And waistlines. These are wonderful.
Believe it or not, they're very low calorie.
Unless you eat 2 pounds of them, which I just did.
I want to acquaint you all with our new line of Mamacita's tortilla chips. Now try the nacho flavor.
Okay.
I would rate the chili cheese a 5 and the nachos a 7.5.
No, those are an 8.
No, that's definitely a 9.
We don't care what any of you think.
Why not?
You're not the customer we're after.
Who is?
He's the epitome of the junk food eater. He's the man we want to get.
Hannibal, get in here. I got an assignment for you. I want
They send the old and the sick to the left.
One of the finest dramas ever produced for television.